Hi everybody, welcome to Wedding Wednesday. My name is Michelle and I'm the owner of McGillis Brides Design Studio in Hampton. And on Wednesdays, I share with you guys wedding day tips, tricks, and hacks for your big day. So today we are going to be doing a DIY project, my favorite. So you know how you see those like personalized welcome signs or personalized table number signs or what is it called? The seating charts. A lot of those things are just simple, really simple DIY projects. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. I bought this really smaller size one. This is an 8x10. I think I'm going to make something for the shop later. But for now, what I'll be showing you guys is, should have thought this through, is how we're going to make this. So what I'm going to be showing you guys is how we're going to turn this into a custom welcome sign. All right, I'm trying to decide. Should I do it like this on the easel? I think I'm going to do it like this on the easel. So what you'll need for this project is a piece of, what is this? Acrylic sheet. This was pre-cut. I got it from Lowe's. It's just, I think I call it fiberglass. I think when I asked, I said, do you guys have any fiberglass? I think that's what this is called. What the sticker says is it's extra strength acrylic sheet. But yeah, that's what we're going to use for our sign. That's the base of our sign. You'll need an easel. I'll show you guys the finished product at the end. I already have an easel here. And you are going to need some vinyl. You can get whatever color you like. This is going to be clear, so it could be whatever color you think, matches best. But I would say try to stick with black or white just because it is transparent. You just want it to be visible no matter what's behind it. So I went with white. This is removable vinyl just because I'm just making a mock sign with me and my husband's name on it, but I will be able to peel this off and use it again, probably for a bridal show. But I just wanted to show you guys what it would look like as a welcome sign for wedding day. Like I said, this is removable vinyl, but you could probably do permanent and it would last a very long time, or at least until you have kids and break it. Another thing that you will need is some strong grip transfer tape. This is the Cricut brand of tape. You don't have to use this kind, but this is just what they had on sale at the store. You will need a Cricut machine or order some pre-cut vinyl from someone, maybe like on Etsy, that will allow you to personalize it and have it to say, of course, whatever you want it to say. My sign is going to say, "Welcome to our wedding, Quentin and Michelle, March 16th, 2021. Maybe my husband will do a vow renewal and we'll be able to use this sign. Other than that, we got married in 2013. But anyways. And I think you guys can see my screen. It's kind of turned to the side. Let me turn it a little bit more. Stay there. So it's not called the Design Studio. It's called the Design Space. I think they changed the name though, because it used to be called Design Studio. But anyways, so you'll want to download the Cricut Design Space, and before you get to this screen, it'll just be a screen of like pre-designed templates, and then I think in the top left you're just going to click new. You can kind of see it here. It'll be a big button that says new, and then from there you just want to hit this button that says text. A text box will pop up. You type your text in, and here you can select your font, which I've already done. It takes a long time. That's why I did this ahead of time. It takes me a long time to select the font. I don't know why, but it's like a whole process. I just go through all the fonts and look at how my wording is going to be. Sometimes you can type everything all in one box, but I did an individual box for each phrase, so I can print it out all together, and hopefully I'll be able to apply this in 1 to 2 pieces. I don't want to do it too many times, because then it gets kind of lopsided or crooked. However, I just believe that if it's DIY, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's why we DIY'd it. I mean, it's a DIY project, so we know it's not going to be perfect. We know you did it, and if it's a little bit crooked, it's okay. You made it yourself. I like my DIY to look organic, you know, not like Gabe did it, not like my son did it, but like I did it myself, and I'm just a human who doesn't do everything perfect. So it can. Also, you'll need some tools. If you didn't buy a pre-cut personalized vinyl graphic and you're doing it all yourself, you are going to need some scissors, and you are going to need this little tool. I call it the weeding tool. I don't know what you guys call it, but if you have a Cricut machine, it came with it. Sometimes you'll need this smoothing tool, so I have it just in case I need it. If you also are making this from scratch, you're going to need to download the Cricut Design Studio. I think we're good. There are no warnings. And then we're going to hit make it. Ooh, I don't have a 24-inch mat. Hold one moment. I have to go get a 24-inch mat. Okay, so I'm back, and I did not have a 12 by 24 mat, but it was going to make this much easier. So I ran to Joann's really quick and got me a 12 by 24 mat. So let's continue. So before we cut, which is the next step, you'll have a couple different cutting options. Here you'll see where it says, actually, let's go through this first. So here I have 1, 2. I have 2 cuts that I'm going to make. This one's about half of the size. This one is completely covering the 12 by 24, and this one's about half the size. So anyways, right here where it says mirror, if you were using heat transfer, that's when you would do the mirror. We're not. It's going to cut out on the right side of the vinyl. So you do not have to use the mirror feature. As well as when you open your vinyl, the back of it is going to look like this. And you are going to want the right side up. So I'll pull this back and then get this stuck to the mat. But before I do that, here is your dial on your Cricut machine. And it has different pressure points. So this one is for paper, this is for vinyl, this is for iron-on. So make sure yours is turned to vinyl. If you turn it a little slightly to the right, but before it says paper, it's still for vinyl. But if your machine is new or your blade is new, you might be okay with that. I'm going to give mine, and then if you turn it a little more, if you turn it more to the left, that'll give you a little less pressure for vinyl. If you turn it to the right, that'll give you, still for vinyl, still for cutting vinyl, but it'll give you just a little more pressure. I'm going to put mine on the highest setting just because my blade is pretty old and I want to get a nice clean cut so I can weed it very easily and I don't have to recut or waste my vinyl. Sometimes I will even put it on iron-on. but it's not that thick. It's not very thick. I know sometimes with the permanent, I think the permanent vinyl is thicker. So only if your blade is dull. So make sure your dial is turned to the correct position. And you want to peel this sheet off. And just only do this as soon as you're ready to place your vinyl on your mat, because you will ruin a mat very quickly by leaving it open when you're not using it. So I'm going to start at the very top corner. Sorry, it was something up there. Let me get this just right. Hold on. So I'm going to stick that up there till I get it right, and then so the bottom won't stick. And like I said, for this first cut, we are going to be using the entire length of the mat. And you want to just kind of smooth it down in sections to avoid bubbles. You can press some out if you can. If it's a small bubble, you should be fine. That one was kind of big, and it just makes it harder. Makes it harder to weed. I'll show you that step after we cut. All right, we'll go ahead and put this back down. If you see any bubbles popping up once you get to the middle of the mat, it's easier to press them out to the side than it is trying to get it all the way to the top. Just press it to the side, to the edge, rather, and keep going. Some people do not cut their vinyl off. They'll like tape it down or something like that. I just cut mine right on off. If you're good with an X-Acto knife, it would be good to do that for this. I have one, just so you get a really straight cut, so it's easier to apply on the edge the next time and eliminate waste. But I don't like X-Acto knives that much. I don't know. It might be a left-handed thing. I feel like it just doesn't work out quite right for me. All right. So after your mat is prepared, you are just going to hit continue, the green button. If you had to purchase a font or a like that little doodad, I had to purchase that. I didn't make that. I didn't create that. I didn't upload it. It was already something in Design Space, and I purchased it. It was $1.99. So now I can use it whenever I want for free, but you have to purchase it if you get it from the Design Space if you did not create it yourself. So why I said that was because if It doesn't say continue and it says purchase. That's why. Took me a while to figure that out when I first got it. I was like, I already bought the machine. What is it talking about? All right, so now it's telling you. It's telling you right here, okay, base material set to vinyl plus. Like I said, I put mine on the hardest pressure setting for vinyl. Tools and material loaded fine point, a blade, which is this, which is the blade that's going to be cutting the vinyl. And then it's on fast mode. It says press, flashing, go button. I never put it on slow. I hear that if you're cutting something that's maybe like a scripted font or something that's not really thick, you might want to let it cut a little bit slower. But I've never had any issues, so I always cut mine fast. And I am usually in a hurry, so fast mode it is. So you are just going to, my Cricut was already Bluetooth to my laptop. You can use a cord to connect it, but if that's not already done, it'll literally tell you how to walk. It'll walk you through the process here on this screen. And you see here it says air to whatever. That's how I know that it's connected to this. Okay, so this arrow is flashing. That means we are ready to load our mat. We're just going to push that in. It's going to pull it in just a little bit. And then we're going to hit the blinking C for go. And it is going to cut away. All right, I'm back. All right, so you just want to press the arrow, the blinking arrow again. That's going to unload the mat. We're just going to peel this off. I should lay this down. Trying to decide, should I weed it before? I always did a 12 by 12 mat, so I haven't had to work with one this big. So just be careful. This is the lightest grip mat that they have. Be careful when you pull this off. That it doesn't peel too much. So an angle is not the better way to do this particular project. Straight up and down. Okay, that was good. So for this one, for this cut, I'm going to need about 14 inches. As you can see, the number 2 there, that's my second mat. And I magnified it earlier, and it was stopping at about like the 14-inch mark, so I'll probably do it to 15. And like I said, if you use an X-Acto knife, you'll have less waste. Since I cut it kind of jagged, I'll put it over the line just so I don't mess up. See how that comes down there? I think we'll be good though. Nah, I'm gonna overlap it a little bit more. There's nothing worse than just, a little bite-sized amount not getting cut out because there was nothing there to cut. That's better. buckled. All right. So I'm going to do this down to about the 15-inch mark, and then cut and then smooth. Oh, it's at 16, so I'm just going to go with that. I lost my little smoother. No, fell on the floor. I think this is really a scraper. Like you were cutting paper, and some pieces got stuck. I think we can scrape it off. But I always use it for this too. If you guys have a Cricut, is this a multi-use tool? Or am I using it the correct way? Am I using it the incorrect way? Something I want to know is, has anyone did their own invitations using the Cricut? I've done like one sample one. Okay, so again, it's still blinking. It's going to pick up where it left off. You just hit the arrow, it'll pull it in, and once that green C starts to flash, you're good to go. All right, guys, so we're almost there. We are just going to peel off our second sheet. Again, like I said, don't peel at an angle. And do it as even as possible. Oh yeah, that came out so much better. And like I said, whenever you are not using your mat, cover it back up so it will last as long as possible. These aren't necessarily expensive, but I want mine to last. I don't like to keep buying them, and I only buy them on coupon. It's Joann's or Michael's, or eBay has them now for a pretty decent price. Okay, so we are going to weed our project. Trying to decide where I'm going to start. So, when you weed your project, you are just removing all of the pieces that you do not want to adhere to your finished product, which is our acrylic here. So I'm going to start at the corner. And this is my weeding tool that I got with my Cricut. It came with the machine. And you want to do this pretty carefully. I was debating upon cutting out the pieces that I need and then weeding it. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I thought to do that first. Like I said, I usually only do things with a 12 by 12 mat. So my workspace is not typically this big, but I feel like whatever this sticks to, even if it's to this, the part that we need, it'll start to pull it up and it could possibly ruin it. So I'm gonna cut out the parts that go with each other. Okay guys, so I got that all cut out. While I was cutting, I did measure first, but I measured incorrectly. But it may still all work out. I might not be able to fit my date on. This is my doodad. There's no space. There's no space for it. So we'll save that for something else. My and definitely could have been smaller, but we'll see what happens. And really, I think I'll have enough space. So I'm gonna weed everything except for my doodad. I'm not gonna have enough space for my doodad. Okay, so you're just gonna weed this pretty carefully again. Like I said, I can't tell y'all how many times I have been near the end of a project, and I always do my DIY projects on a tight deadline, no matter how much notice I have. And most times I'm doing them for myself, so I give myself not enough time. Why? I don't know. And I'll get right to the end, almost done. I've designed it, I've cut it out, and then I'm just like, I'm tired. And I try to rush. And I mess up right at the end. So take your time while you're weeding, because if you're anything like me, I'm still going to finish it, but now I have to go back, cut the last part out again, still weed it, and I didn't save any time. I wasted time. Make sure all your little points are there, like my comma. Make sure your comma comes out on the paper. See, my 2 is coming up some, so I'm just going to hold it down with my tool while I peel. And there's nothing you can really do with this. Some people will kind of use it as a stencil. If you have like a chalkboard and you want something similar, like you want to use your date again, you can literally stick this on a chalkboard and with liquid chalk, fill it in, peel it off. Looks like you have perfect handwriting. Now I'm going to pull out like the circle and the A, the 0 and 20. Or that center. All right, so that one's done. Let me pull it up. I know it's white on white. I don't know if y'all can see it. I did turn on my ring light now. So that one's done. Let's do the rest. All peeled out. Now for Quentin. Okay, let's reset my eye. I find this very relaxing. I don't know why. I wonder, do you guys, if you craft, if you have a Cricut, do you, when it peels off easily, do you find it like relaxing or satisfying at all? I totally do, just to see it peel off like this. When are your wedding dates? Like I said, I got on my sign, well, I'm going to put on my sign if it fits, March 16, 2021. I got married in 2013. But I probably, what's a good time that you guys think you should start your DIY projects in? I started immediately, and my goal was to have everything finished months before the wedding. That was my goal. That did not happen. Also, the more stuff that I crossed off, the more I added on. Don't be like me. I was also very tired on my actual wedding day. But I was thoroughly satisfied with my crafts. But I would say from the beginning, go ahead and plan out, okay, these are the things that I, want. These are things that I must have. And then From there, 6 months out from your wedding, you need to have everything purchased that you need to do your craft projects with. And within 3 months, you need to have them all completed. And even when it's not that close to your wedding and you feel like, oh, if I got 3 months, I'm good. I'm telling you, just knock it out. So those last 3 months you can focus on, you know, your family, you know, bridesmaids, things like that. And you're not like stressed out. And then these really fun projects turn into chores and you're not finishing things on time. You never know, work might, you know, pick up or something may happen. You want to give yourself enough time so these projects aren't stressing you out, but that they're really enjoyable and relaxing. Enjoy the engagement. It's not all hard work and bridezilla moments. Some of it's really fun. Like this part for me. This part is fun. Food tastings, double fun. Cake tastings, triple fun. Wedding dress shopping, the most fun. Deciding on a wedding dress, not always the funnest thing. However, at Michaela's Brides it is. Shameless plug. I would say probably a month into my wedding planning, like, I'm sorry, a month out from my wedding is when I was like completely over the whole thing. And I was just like, you know, I'm ready for this day to come. Tired of spending money. I'm tired of talking about it. So get your stuff done at least 3 months in advance. Like I said, you can just relax. You can think about other things. You can think about things that are not necessarily related to your wedding, because you have everything marked off your list, everything crossed off and done, and you can just do fun things, and you're not like making people sick of hearing about your wedding, and you're not sick yourself of talking about your wedding. That's one thing I can't stand. It's a bride who literally sits there and talks about herself the entire engagement process. I love weddings, but no one cares about your wedding as much as you do. I just want to throw that out there. I love weddings and I don't even care that much. And I love details. I love to know the details. Like a lot of my brides, when they come in, I'm always asking them, okay, what are the details? What are the colors? I totally get into it. But if I had to like live with that person, oh my God. Whew. Okay. So is my and going to fit? Let's cut some more off. If I put my and, I can't put my date. That's what it's looking like. I have to choose. But I can get creative here because, like I said before, it's a DIY project, so it does not have to be perfect. We know you made it because you're going to tell us. At least I would. I was like, yes, I made this, and I made the center pieces, and look at this. I had so much fun. Let's see if I can figure out something creative to be able to use both. Welcome to our wedding, Clinton. If this was just smaller, I feel like we have to have the and, but it does have to be centered. There we go. Okie dokie. So we are going to stick this transfer tape right onto our first word here. Hold on, welcome. Nope, I'm just gonna do one at a time so I don't mess up. It has these grids up there. You can try to lay it on straight. I'm gonna let it just grip that. Nice.
Nice and easy there. Wasn't the best idea I ever had. So you should really try to use the right size transfer tape so you can avoid what's happening to me right now. To try to avoid the rest of it sticking to the project that you don't need. But I only had this piece left, and if I cut it, then it wasn't going to be big enough for my biggest word. Okay, we're going to flip this over. I almost forgot what I was doing. All right, so we're going to flip that over. Like I said, I use this as a smoothing tool. And we're just going to make sure that it is stuck to our transfer tape. We're going to peel the white backing off. I do this part at an angle. Ta-da! Okay. And here comes the hard part. I'm just getting this up here straight. Once you once you place this down, it's sticking. Like I said, you could measure this if you want. I'm just winging it here. Hold on. My ring light is actually no longer helping me. This table has a line down the center, so I'll use that to help me center. This ring light isn't really helping. That looks like about right. Right? How does it look to y'all? Can y'all see that? That looks good. Center it this way. All right, gotta commit. Crooked or not. All right. I'm just move that on. Make sure it's sticking. There's a little air bubble there. Push that out. Make sure everything is on it. Then we're gonna get that corner. We're going to try to roll it back. My L wasn't right. W is not right with me. not perfect. It's all right. I'm trying to fix it. No, I'm not. I'm leaving it. Okay, not too bad. I might try to wait. What fun do 2 hour wedding. I'm putting on the same paper. So now I'm going to try to just center everything off of this one. I'm laying the right side down. 1, 2, 3 sides. Okay. So welcome to our wedding. 2, 3, 4, 10. I'm just going to so I can get very accurate. Place it, I'm not showing perfection. Sorry for the long pause. I'm thinking my way through this. Think about it here. If it ain't, shit. Go ahead from March. No, shit. Just wait for it. Go right up to the hill. See if I let go under there. Alright, so feel like, Still good, still good. There we go. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. I'll clean up later. Okay. So I get the hand up in there somewhere. Put it up in here. I don't know, I don't fit much on Michelle, but I don't feel she does. Try not to. More. Alright, now for another motion. Set this down here. Still going back. Alright, I can fix this. Alright, so I'm going to take while we down. It's not completely flat. Should have held it a little tighter. So my shoes might have a bubble, my U might have a bubble, and it's good. My T is not good. Yeah, it's not good. I might be able to wait too much. We'll see. I'm gonna fix it. So I'm gonna cut this bow. I'm gonna go on that side. I'm gonna go back. That's it. I'll go fish with tea. I'll fix my tea a little bit. Let's fold it into the double. Great. Put Michelle in much. Great. Oh yeah. So okay. Okay. So, that's okay. Okay. So fit, Michelle, and March. Thank you. Okay, welcome to our wedding. Clinton and Michelle, March 16th, 2021. All right, so that's pretty much it. You can do different things to enhance your sign. Now you can peel this back part off. Some people paint the back. If I do that later, I'll take a picture and show you how it turned out. Also, if something's not quite right on it, like I feel like my march is off-centered, to help make up for that, I would just like add a little something there, like glue a little flower on and make like a little, just make like a little accent. Try not to cover up your words, but I would like do something like that, because once it's sitting up, you'll still be able to see everything, and then when it's sitting like that, you kind of lose focus that it's not exactly centered properly. If you're worried about stuff like that, I don't like doing it there. Alright guys, well that is it. Like I said, I will hot glue these down. I will take a picture of it all jazzed up on the stand here, and if I decide to glue the flowers on, you'll see that. If I decide to paint the back, you'll also see that. And that is it. That is it for today. Let me know what kind of DIY stuff you guys are doing. Let me know if this tutorial helped you. If it did, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. Hit that little bell so you will see when we upload videos every Wednesday. You'll see what kind of videos we have next. All right, guys. I'll talk to you next Wednesday. Bye.